It's crazy. The whole warm up with the weight.
Yeah, I'm like,
no,
excited. You know she'll rise up.
I like Greetings, loved ones.
Oops, I pushed play.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a fabulous workout planned for you guys. We got lots to cover, so let's go ahead and start with that warm-up. We have total body extensions, fighter bounce with that arm swing, squats with a twist, and jumping jacks. While you guys get your upper body all nice and primed for the workout, we will demonstrate all the exercises and explain the format. So we have 5 groups of 3 exercises. Each exercise has a rep count that goes with it, and you're going to go through those 3 exercises as many times as possible in 4 minutes. Once those 4 minutes are done, we are done with that group, and then we'll move on to the next, and you have a 25-second transition between groups. So if you need to adjust the weight in your bag, you can do that. If you need to grab a drink of water, you can do that, and I will use that time to remind you what's coming next in the following group. So starting with group number 1, we're going to go thrusters. Travis is going to be showing the primary exercises, and Emily will go into the secondary ones when there's choices. So 12 thrusters, you're going to start with the weight at your chest, shoulder height, and then you're going to have a slight bend in that knee, and then thrust the weight up overhead. Don't go down into that full squat. It's going to slow you down, and we do enough squats in the rest of the workout. So really just focus on that tiny little bend and take that tiny little bend out if you need to. Once you finish your 12th thruster, we're going to go into toe taps. So you're going to do 40 on each side. So each time that right toe taps whatever surface you're using, count that as 1, and you're going to go all the way to 40, and then we are going to lay it down and bring it into sprinters. So again, we're going to focus on each side. So every time that right elbow touches that left knee, that's going to count as 1, and you're going to count all the way up to 10, and then you'll be done with those sprinters for that round and bring it back up to the thrusters. So that's group number 1. Once the 4 minutes are done, you'll have 25 seconds to make any adjustment to your weights that you need, and then we're going to go into group 2, which is squat to deadlift. So you're going to count this as squat counts as 1, deadlift counts as 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat, you're bending those knees, you're keeping your chest up nice and high. Deadlift, you're hinging at the hips. You're going to push those hips back and then squeeze those glutes to stand up. If one or the other aggravate your lower back, just stick with the other one. So if you can't do squats, just do deadlifts and vice versa. Then we're going to move into our lateral step outs. So remember, your left foot replaces your right foot. You're not just swinging that leg out side to side. That planted leg should be in the same spot each movement, and you're going to do 12 on each side. So each time that right leg steps out, you're going to count that as 1. Then we're moving into the upright rows. You're going to stay upright. Just a slight bend in those knees. Don't lock your knees. And then you're going to pull that weighted bag or towel up underneath your chin, leading the pull with your elbows. That means those elbows should always be higher than the wrists. You don't want to be at the top like this. Always be nice and strong in those elbows. And then we're going to go back to the squat to deadlift, and then we are going to move on to group 3. So we have pull downs. 2 different ways you guys can do this. Laying, you're going to be down on your stomach. You're going to be lifting that upper body off the mat just a little bit. Elbows stay nice and wide, and you're pulling that towel down into your chest. Emily is showing you the standing version. Same thing. Notice her elbows are nice and wide, and she's pulling that all the way down to her chest. Both ways you need to squeeze those shoulder blades and really pull tight on that towel to provide the resistance. And then we have jump ropes, 40 of those. Ghost jumps are acceptable as well. You're gonna speed through those 40 with that proper form, and then we're gonna bring it back down into the ground. We have twists will be your primary option. So again, we're gonna do 10 on each side. So every time you touch the left-hand side, you're gonna count that as 1, and you're gonna go all the way up to the 10. Or if you need to switch it up because of lower back, we're gonna go plank jacks, 10 of those. Emily is showing those in the back. You can be high plank or low plank, whichever way you can switch it up as well. And then we are moving into our 4th group. We have a reverse lunge bicep curl. So you're gonna reverse lunge, curl, reverse lunge, curl. You're gonna end up with 12 bicep curls, 6 lunges on each leg. And then we are moving into those total body extensions. all the way down and up. Again, I like to reach for my heels, so I know I'm getting all the way down, and you're bending those knees, and then you're extending all the way up on those tippy toes with fingertips reaching for the ceiling. And then we have 2 choices for our triceps. Overhead tricep extension. Emily is showing that one. Notice how her elbows are pointed nice and forward. They're not going out to the side. Otherwise, bring it down to the ground like Travis. And same exact motion, just taking some of the pressure off your lower back. 12 of those, whichever way you guys are doing it. And then we're moving into the 5th and final group. We have a curl into a squat press. So break this down into 2 separate movements. You're gonna curl, you're gonna keep the weight there, you're gonna squat, and then you're gonna press. So the curl counts as 1 and the squat press counts as 2, and then you're gonna count all the way up to 12. So 6 on each of those. And then we're gonna go 40 total fast feet. The way you count this is forward, forward, back, back is 1. So every time that right foot goes forward, that counts as 1. You're gonna go all the way to 40. These will take a little bit of time, but the faster you go, the sooner you're gonna get done with them. And then we're gonna go down into big scissors. So 1 leg straight up, 1 leg along the floor, and then you're gonna hold it for 2 or 3 seconds and switch it up. And that is the 5 groups. While you guys finish up your warm up, I do have a very special announcement. Somebody's getting their silver star, which is 200 sessions. Amy, woo! Congratulations. Don't forget, we're starting with our thrusters. We'll get our picture afterwards. You guys have 4 minutes on the clock to do as many rounds as possible. And then we'll take those 25 seconds in between. Here we go, starting with those 12 thrusters. Friday, and go. Remember just to slide into those knees. Keep that core nice and tight. You do not want to go into that full squat. It's going to slow you down. After those thrusters, we're going to go into those toe taps. 40 on each side. Every time that right toe taps, you are going to count that as 1. This one will go pretty fast, faster than you imagine, and then we're going to go into the sprinters down on your back. Again, watch Emily in the back. She's going to give you an alternative outside of those exercises where you're laying on your backs. Very good. Good pace on those toe taps. We got sprinters up next, 10 on each side. So if you like to count each movement, you're going to go 20. You're going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then relax back down. Remember, keep your arms by your side. The more you lift those arms up, the more you're taking the work away from your core. You can see Emily in the back. She's doing mountain climbers. So there's another alternative for you. As long as you keep moving. Don't forget, you are counting for yourself. Once you finish that rep count, you're going to go into that next exercise. Everybody is going to be going back into those thrusters. It looks like everybody's on those sprinters. Very good. 12 thrusters. Nicely done. Remember, keep that core nice and tight. Exhale as you lift that weight up overhead. That's going to keep that lower back nice and straight. Awesome job, you guys. Very good. Exhale, inhale. Keep that core nice and tight. By that I mean push that core out like you're trying to block a punch and you're trying to block it. You want to keep that area nice and tight. Protect that lower back. You guys are halfway through. So however many rounds you've got done by now, you're going to double that. So keep pushing. After those thrusters, you guys are in those toe taps. I want them nice and fast. You want to get that heart rate up. You want to spike that fat burning potential. And then you're going to bring it down into that core, and you're going to keep breathing, and then you're going to tax those muscles out with that strength exercise. Very good. Nicely done, you guys. Good pace. Keep going. Once you finish those thrusters, you are back into those sprinters. Elbow all the way up to the knee. Get that chest to the thigh, and then release all the way down. Don't let those arms do the work. You are under 90 seconds. Very good. I challenge you to try to keep your arms along your sides. It makes a difference. Even if you're bringing them up over your hips, it's going to take a little bit of that work away. However, progress as needed. Keep it up. You guys have 1 minute left on this group. Once you finish a group, you do not come back to it. We've got those thrusters. Again, not a full squat. Take that little thrust out if it hurts your lower back, and kickstand your feet. And then we're going to go into those toe taps, and then we've got sprinters. You guys are down to 45 seconds. Very good. Just because you don't think you're going to finish a full round and the time left doesn't mean slow down. It means if you can safely pick up the pace, pick up the pace. Otherwise, when that timer beeps, you're just going to finish where you're at. You are less than 30 seconds to go. Stay with it, you guys. Last 20. We got thrusters, toe taps, sprinters. Keep going. Don't slow down because you only have 15 seconds left. This is when you pick up the pace and you finish it as strong as you can. Each one of these groups, it's like your very own finisher. 6 seconds, you guys. Finish that one up. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Nicely done. All right, next group, you've got 20 seconds. We've got squat to deadlift. We've got lateral step outs and upright rows. I will remind you all the way through. We're down to 10 seconds. We're going to start with that squat to deadlift. Get ready, get your equipment. We got 5. Remember, if you need to take one out, go ahead and do that. 2, 1, and squat into deadlift. Squat counts as 1. Deadlift counts as 2. Squat counts as 3. Deadlift counts as 4. So drop that chest down. If you're unable to do the deadlifts, just stay with the squats. That is quite all right. Remember, squats, your chest should not be dropping down. You're staying nice and upright, and then you're going into that deadlift, and then we have those lateral step outs. Very good. Remember, if you guys are using lighter weights than you normally do, it's not best to go fast. The best is to really concentrate on the squeeze of those muscles and time under tension. That is going to tax those muscles out versus going as fast as you can with the lighter weights. All that does is put a lot of extra pressure on those joints, so focus on your form, your range of motion, and your time under tension. We have upright rows next. Same thing, once you get that weight up to underneath your chin, squeeze it. If it's lighter than what you're used to doing, squeeze, 1, 2, release. Don't speed through these exercises, guys. You're missing a lot of opportunity. Keep those elbows up nice and high, and then you're going to go back into the squat to deadlift. I challenge you to focus on the tempo. You do not know a deadlift until you slow it down, and you do 1, 2, 3, squeeze, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it'll slow you down, but it gives you a burn like nothing before. Speed is not always your answer. Very good. Awesome job, you guys. I see a lot of you slowed your deadlifts down. I love it. Way to challenge yourself. After that, you're going to go into those lateral step outs. Focus on that time under tension. After those step outs, you guys are going to go into that upright row and then back to that squat to deadlift. Make sure you guys are breathing. You do not want to hold your breath. Your core should be nice, tight, and engaged. Exhale as you do the work. Inhale on the release. Very good. You guys are almost down to 90 seconds. Stay with it. Remember, you do not get to come back to these. Squeeze those muscles. Nicely done. 90 seconds left, you guys. Try to get through this as many times as you can. You've got the squat to deadlift, that lateral step out. Really plant that foot. You should be watching your feet, and that left foot should replace your right foot exactly, just like you're on a box. Don't just lift those legs up. You're taking away the work. We got 70 seconds to go, you guys. Awesome job. I see some pauses at the top of the upright row. Woo! You guys are going to feel that tomorrow. I love it. Stay with it. We got those squat to deadlifts, lateral step outs, and then those upright rows. We're less than a minute. Nicely done. Plant that foot in that lateral step out and then switch position. We're down to 40 seconds. Awesome job. Remember, lateral step outs, that's where you activate that fat burn. You want to go as fast as you can, get that heart rate spiked, and then focus on that strength exercise for the next 2. We are down to 20 seconds. Very good. Build your muscles on a Friday. You guys are killing it. Keep it going. We got 12 seconds. That is it. Focus on those cardio moves. Get that heart rate up. And then you're going to build that muscle. We got 5. Almost there, you guys. Finish this one up. 2, 1, and nicely done. All right, change your weight if you need to. Get your towel. We're starting with those pull downs, either laying flat on the ground or standing up. Either way, those elbows are nice and wide. And then we have jump rope, twists, or plank jack. You guys are down to 10 seconds, and we're going to start with those pull downs. All right, you see Emily, she's ready with that standing. The other 2 are laying. 2, 1, and 12 pull downs. Again, speed is not going to help you on this one. You need to pull that towel tight, and you need to hold it in that contraction for 2 seconds. If you bring it down and just bring those arms right back up, you are not doing anything. Hold, squeeze, 1, 2, release. Very good. Don't rush through this one. Let it start burning. It's uncomfortable, and that's okay. After those pull downs, you guys are going to be jump roping or ghost jump. You got 40. Don't short yourself on this one. You want to make sure you get all the way through. Get that heart rate up. Start burning that fat. And then we're going to go into a core. We got twists or plank jacks after this jump rope. Very good. Nicely done. Remember, keep that pace up. Keep it consistent. We have twists, 10 on each side, or plank jacks. Emily's in the back doing those plank jacks. Oh, she's already onto those pull downs. I wasn't fast enough. We got twists. Remember, whatever, every time those hands touch the left, that counts as 1. You want 10 on each side. Get that full range of motion. You should be touching behind those hips and then back. Follow your hands or your weight with your head so you keep that spine in alignment. Then we're going to go back into those pull downs. Remember, guys, hold that squeeze. Once you get it down to your chest, 1, 2, and then release. Don't take the easy way out. It's harder to hold that squeeze. Awesome job, you guys. You are halfway through. After those pull downs, we're going to go back into those jump ropes. I can't see everybody, but I see some jump ropers starting. All right, after those jump ropes, you're going to go back into those twists or plank jacks. Again, when there's alternatives, when we say or, that means you can choose one or the other. Modifications are different. So this one you can do twists on one round, plank jacks on the other. It's your choice, whichever one you feel like you get the most benefit from. After those twists, we're going to go back into those pull downs. You guys are less than 90 seconds. Squeeze those muscles. You are running out of opportunities. Again, don't just go faster. Really focus on the motion. Pull those shoulder blades back. Squeeze like you're trying to touch those shoulder blades together. Don't lift the feet off the floor when you're doing the pull downs from the floor, because that will shift your work into your lower back. And we want it in those lats, that side area of your back and the upper. We got 60 seconds. Stay with it, you guys. That's it. This one is a burner. Keep going. Those pull downs, if you're doing right, by the second round, you should be feeling those lats on fire. If not, double check your squeeze. Maybe you're not squeezing it hard enough. Maybe you're not holding it long enough. Awesome job. We are down to 30 seconds. You're going to be moving into the fourth group. We only have 2 groups left. Friday is going to be done before you know it. 20 seconds. Awesome job. Try to get the one you're on done with, and then move on into the next. Very good. Awesome job, you guys. Stay with it. 9 seconds to go. We're going to be moving into that fourth group. Keep it going. We got 4, 2, and shake it out. Change your weight if you need to. We are going to start with those 12 total reverse lunge bicep curls. 12 bicep curls, 6 lunges on each side. word of the day has been my mindset this whole week, discombobulated. I don't know what happened to me this week. I've been a mess. We got 8 seconds. We're going to start with those reverse lunge bicep curls. Get ready, 2, 1, and go. Again, if you need to take those lunges out, that is quite all right. Just focus on those bicep curls. You're going to go 12 bicep curls, and then the lunges will split up between legs. See how Travis is bent right there in his knees. Let me find the camera right there. See, 90 degrees in both. That is perfect. That's a lunge. Once you get 12 bicep curls, you're going to go into those 12 total body extensions. Again, reach for those heels. And then you're going to explode up. Very good. Nicely done. Remember, don't just drop those chests down. You should be able to still see us on your camera when you're at the bottom of this. I see a lot of tops of heads. That means you're dropping your chest to the floor. And then we're going to go overhead tricep extensions or skull crushers. Either way, you're going to be working on those triceps. You're either going to be standing upright where you have to really focus on your core engagement, or like Travis is, he is laying down on the ground nice and stable. He's still got his core tight, but it's taking some of the pressure off the lower back. And then both ways, your elbows should be pointing right towards us. Don't let those elbows point out. And then you're gonna go back into those reverse lunge bicep curls. You got it. Don't swing those weights around. If you guys have weights, don't let them go behind your legs. And don't bend forward in those hips as you're curling. You want to stay nice and tall. Let those biceps do the work and not the momentum. Very good. Focus on that lunge. If you're choosing to do the lunge, do them right so we're not hurting those knees. Exhale as you curl. Exhale as you come out of that lunge. We are halfway through this one, you guys. We got bicep curls into total body extensions, and then we're going to focus on the other side of those guns and work on those triceps. Very good. These are both smaller muscles, so you guys, if you need to, you should have enough weight to challenge them. Again, you can always play with your tempo. Fast is not your friend with lighter weights unless you want to blow out your joints. 90 seconds to go. Total body extensions will be your cardio on this one. Make sure you're pushing all the way as fast as you can. Again, I'm seeing a lot of tops of heads. That means you're dropping your chest down, not keeping nice and straight up, you guys. I should be able to see your faces all the way through. 70 seconds. Keep those elbows pointed forward. Don't let those elbows flare out. They should be right like you're trying to knock me in the forehead with those elbows, not to the sides. Very good. Perfect. Awesome job. Less than a minute to go. Once you finish those triceps, you guys are going to go back into those bicep curls. Working on our guns on this group. Keep it going. Nice work. Again, curls. I don't care if you're doing hammer curls or normal curls. Weighted bag. You can kind of play with your grip on that bag and make it work. Nicely done. Keep those elbows pointed forward. 30 seconds to go. If you're finishing up those bicep curls, you still got time for those total body extensions. If you're finishing up those triceps, you still got some time for some biceps. Keep pushing, guys. Don't slow down because we're almost out of time. This is where you speed up and you try to get all that work in because it's Friday. We got 9 seconds. Tap into that weekend energy, you guys. We got 5. Almost there. Give me 3 more reps. 2. And shake it out. All right, 25 seconds. We're heading into our last group. This one starts curl, squat, press. So break it down. Curl counts as 1, squat press counts as 2. And you're going to do 12 of those, and then we're going to go fast feet and big scissors. 8 seconds, so if you need to adjust your weight again, we got 5, 3, 2, and here we go. Curl counts as 1, squat press. Remember, curl, keep the weight there, squat and press. Don't throw those elbows out, guys. You're curling. So make sure you guys curl with those elbows against your body. Don't turn it into a squat press. Curl, squat, and then press up overhead. You're going to do 6 of each movement, and then we're moving on into those fast feet. Remember, fast feet, you're counting forward, forward, back, back. So it's going to take you a little bit longer than those toe taps, but I want you guys really focus on getting that heart rate up. This is our last group of 3. Our last 3 minutes happening right now. After those curls to presses, you guys have fast feet. And then we're going to go into big scissors, 10 on each side. So every time that right leg moves, you're going to count it as 1. Very good. Nicely done, you guys. And remember, we're flexing our ankles in those big scissors. You don't want your toes pointed. Flex your ankles. So you're, there you go. Perfect. Nicely done. Hold each one for 2 or 3 seconds. Again, this is not a speed. It's time under tension. Really focus on trying to keep those legs straight. That lead leg, that top leg that's up in the air does not go past 90 degrees from your hips, you guys. That takes all the work out of that core, so keep it 90 degrees from your hips. Very good. Once you release that tension in the core by bringing that leg too forward, then you just are using that momentum. So really focus on that range of motion. Don't let it go too far. You guys are almost halfway through. Then we're back into that curl, squat, press. So watch your elbows on that curl into that squat. Try to keep your elbows tight against your body so we're not putting extra weight on that joint. And then once you come up out of that squat, that's when you press. Very good. Don't let the change of the motion throw you off. You guys just break it down. Bicep curl, and then you're going to squat holding those weights and then press it up overhead. And then we're going to go back into those fast feet. Very good. Nicely. There you guys go. You got it. 90 seconds left. Keep pushing. All the way through. You guys are on your last group of 3. Remember, control your mind, you control your body. Your mind knows that you can go fast and it tells you to go fast. However, I'm challenging you to slow it down. Focus on the form. Focus on the time under tension. And then when you hit the cardio exercise, that's when I want you to go fast. Not in those strength exercises, not in the core. Nicely done. We are less than 60 seconds away from being done with our Friday morning workout. Finish up the one you're on and then move into the next. Same thing with that curl into squat press. If you need to take one or the other one out, that is fine. You can do 12 curls. You can do 12 presses. You can do 12 squats. We got 30 seconds, but again, focus on your form. Very good. You're going to bicep curl. Hold the weights there. Don't release that curl. Squat, press. Nicely done. All the way through, you guys. 15 seconds left. You guys are going to be done with your Friday morning workout. Your shift at the Muscle Factory is almost over. We got 9. All the way through. Stay with it. Give me 2 more reps. And you guys are done. Awesome job. Good work, you guys. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to go down into that child's pose. First, hips are going to be on your heels, and then you're going to walk your hands to one side, getting that stretch through the opposite side, taking nice, big, deep breaths. In case you missed it, I threw it in between some of the groups. The word of the day is discombobulated. It's a fun word to say anyway. Go ahead, switch sides if you haven't already. Walk those hands over to the other side so the stretch is focused on the opposite side. For tomorrow's workout, you will not need any equipment except for your vacation gear. So you guys are going on your dream vacation. Make sure you're dressed accordingly. And don't forget, we are not doing that podcast review tomorrow. We are doing a challenger question and answer. So if you're in the challenge and you have any questions or you want to hear other people's questions, sign into our Zoom and we'll go through those questions and answers. And then you're going to go up into a back pull if you have a door jam like Emily's doing in the back, right there. Or you can do the crossbody pull like Janae and Travis. Just focus on really getting that stretch through the back and the arms and the shoulders. Memorial Day, Monday, we will be live at 5:30, just like today. We'll record it. There will be no 9. So if you're not at the 5:30 live, you'll go into that recording option. That will be Monday. And then Tuesday, we are reopening. Watch for the video. We're going to film a video on what you guys will have to do when you come into the facility. And reserve. We're limited to 10 spots in each session, so reserve your spot in Zen Planner. If you're new to Chandler Fit Body Bootcamp, watch your email today for your login information so you can reserve. But don't worry, if you do not want to come into the facility, we are still doing live at 5:30, and we're still recording it, so you guys will have the option of working out at home as well. You are unmuted. How was the workout today?
It was really good.
Awesome. Ruby, awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Bye.
And we gotta get a picture.
What's the word of the day?
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated?
Right?
Okay.
Discombobulated. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Smile pretty. All right. Woo.
Someone did 250.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank you.
guys.
Sign in to Zen Planner and reserve